yes, we have missed you, and yeah, we hope you're gonna enjoy today's exciting episode.
Hello guys, welcome. So today we are going to be as simple as we can. We're just gonna talk about just um, how we met. What is marriage. What has been marriage. To us. Uh, what have we learned throughout the years? More specifically, maybe this year.
Yeah.
Just basically getting to know us
Yes.
in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like we said, today is gonna be extra special because
You're going to get to know us better.
yeah, because I think maybe on my side is that uh, whenever I speak of myself or whenever I speak of my marriage, it's where um, that's where vulnerability starts creeping in, because we're sharing about yourself, and at times, the world has, like, well, not the world per se, but life has taught me that the moment you start sharing about yourself, it can either be a good thing and a bad thing, So being a good thing is people can learn. A bad thing that is people can use that information against you, So that's why I'm saying that that's where vulnerability for me
comes in.
yeah, it starts coming in. So first things first, how did we meet? We're gonna talk about that. How we met. Like that's gonna be our first.
We have different versions of how we met.
Yeah.
We met through a friend.
hmm
I don't know if I can mention names, but yeah, we met through a friend, a very good friend of mine, and I don't know, cause she knew my husband, and she knew me. She knew us individually, and I think she had this idea, God-inspired idea that, who knows, maybe you guys are meant to be, and we started talking on Facebook. Yes, and actually we were in the same church, but not the same building. So I was in a sister church. His church, the church that he was in, was the main church. So I would attend during Easter in April, but we never really talked. Yeah, like we never really connected during those
She
Easter.
knew me. I did not know her.
Yes, because he was always in the front there dancing. He was the dancer, and he was in the spotlight, so there was no missing him. He was famous.
I wasn't famous.
I'm kidding, but yeah, so we were. I think he really had a lot to do with it.
Yeah. So she has a different. I have a different story. I would. Uh, uh, I saw her, but then I started asking our mutual friend, about her, and that's why she knows now, so because I started asking questions, investigating and all of that stuff, because I was in a season where I was, praying for, a wife. Yeah, I was just in the yeah, I was in that season. And yeah, I think then our official connect was on the day I was doing a workshop on mindset, a long time ago.
Mindset revamp.
Yeah, on mindset revamp,
And
then she was.
I just want to add that when
Yeah.
I was also praying at the time, I
Yeah.
was praying, so it's very important to pray before you make that move,
Yeah.
to let God know what you want.
Yeah, so like then she attended the workshop, and on that day I just knew. On that day, like it was a confirmation, on that day,
Yeah.
I just knew. Don't ask me how I knew. I just knew, guys.
Yes.
I just knew, and I think there were two people that confirmed.
Yeah.
Without even telling them.
I think we've mentioned this before.
Yeah. I think we did, but in a nutshell, we didn't like really go much into detail, So that's how I knew, guys, and then I started, pursuing. her, getting to know her better. We, started praying, and really trusting God for, that the process,
We started praying together.
yeah, so, and yeah,
Went
from
on a few
there,
dates.
yeah, went on a few dates, and
Where he would do the talking, most of the talking, and I would listen.
yeah, but like
Patiently
I wanted
listen.
to, because I was telling you
And he
about
would
like,
go on and on.
I was telling you about how, like, I was
Yeah.
telling you about how I,
Came to be TJ.
yeah, the painful experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly, so that she may know who I am.
Yes.
I was not really telling her what I do. I was not even interested in telling her what I do. Like, I was interested in telling her of who I am,
Yeah.
as an individual, because I did not want her to fall in love with the idea of what I do, but I wanted her to fall in love
Excuse me.
with the idea of who I am, as an individual.
And I did enjoy those conversations. I'm not complaining,
Yeah.
but yeah, I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole process showed me that God's plans are always, better than
Our
ours.
plans.
That even in that season, there's still challenges. When we get to know each other, there's still those, especially when we were fighting in our dating days. That what God told you, and there was confirmation, but at times, because of disagreements or certain misunderstanding,
Yeah.
you might even get tempted to go and look at the other side,
Yeah, and
or
just give up and
yeah,
say,
or
you know
just,
what,
yeah,
this is not for me.
maybe she's not the
I
one.
made a mistake.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
there's temptation.
But we had great times, eh? We
Yeah.
had really good times. Our dating season was amazing. It was, I sometimes sit and just think of those days, look at photos, it was just a
beautiful.
great time.
And it
It's
still
not that
is.
we've stopped going out or having fun,
Yeah.
but when you reflect about where you come from and you see that, you know what, I'm in the right place. This is the place to be.
Yeah. So yeah, so it was, and it still is, an interesting, journey. I don't think we ever stop to learn about each other. As we were talking about this yesterday, that as people we evolve. We
The Macy like two years ago is
yeah,
not the
it's
Macy
not the
today.
same Macy today.
Yeah.
Because you're able to, when you start learning from your mistakes, when you start accepting, certain, or embracing, let me say, certain things that you are, where you were used to and are now willing to, change. You start evolving. You become a, different person. So
In a good way.
in a good way,
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
good way. So like, yeah, it's a
yeah.
journey of learning. It's a
Yeah.
journey. This is marriage is, yeah, it's a journey of learning. And this comes then to our second question, being like, what is marriage? What is marriage to you?
What is marriage?
Or what is marriage to us? Or
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Or we can, like, you can define what
Yeah.
marriage is
No,
to
you
you.
can. Yeah. Marriage to me is a roller coaster. I'm joking. But yeah, it's I think I can use that. It's been a roller coaster ride for me, and like with most people, we enjoy those rides. You get out of that experience refreshed and ready to take on the world or whatever. But yeah, it's been exciting with the downs. Uh, we have come out stronger.
Victorious.
We've come out stronger. We've come out wiser, and I really appreciate the downs because they happen and they help you to become vulnerable. They help you to just stop hiding. They help you to be yourself, your true self, with the person that God has entrusted you with. And it's been beautiful. The ups, it's been amazing. It's been it's been
It's crazy.
it's beautiful to see. Yes, it's beautiful for us to see that. Especially for me, it's been interesting to see that I can be not my best self, but still be accepted totally and completely. I can make mistakes, however, and I will be brought back with love. I will be corrected with love. So it's been a very interesting thing to me in terms of learning what true love is.
Yeah.
Because I think in the beginning I had this mindset of not really knowing what true love is, and thinking that, oh, when you make a mistake, they're gonna leave you. You must try to be perfect. You must try to do everything right. But my husband has showed me that over the years that I accept you the way you are. You're not perfect, and you have weaknesses, but we can work on them together.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing.
So true. Yeah, because like I wanted to say that you you create a platform for that. It's not something that happens automatically, you know.
Overnight.
Yeah, or overnight. You need to be like intentional about it, you know, because you know, like life will like teach you a whole lot of things, especially you know before I met her, you know, like there's certain relationships, you know, whether romantic relationships, whether family relationships, whether church relationships, that had taught me, you know, that we are all human, we make mistakes, and you know we need to like embrace each other and create a platform where as individuals we can be vulnerable with each other without you know judging one another, you know, and that's healthy. Like it's healthy because I know that when I accepted Christ as my personal savior, I was not perfect, and but there was a community of believers that accepted me for who I am and allowed me that when I made mistakes, you know, they gently, you know, corrected me. You know, at times it was not gentle, you know, because you know, when you're a baby, you are corrected gently, you know, but when you start growing in the things of God, you know, you need to be addressed as an, you know, adult in the things of God. And that kind of sting, you know, but it helped.
Stings, yeah.
Yeah. And the same concept can be said even in marriage, you know, like there was a season where I gently corrected or gently embraced certain things. But as you start growing, you need to be like firm in your stance. You know, the same thing can be said with my wife, with me as well. How she corrected me then and how she's correcting me now.
Yeah, that
You
thing
know,
of evolving.
of evolving.
In.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, marriage is two people, two imperfect people sharing something perfect called love. So marriage is two imperfect people sharing something perfect called love.
Wow,
That's
love that.
that's my definition
Yeah.
of and this definition is based on my experience with my wife. You know, because realizing that as much as we are imperfect, but we're sharing something perfect called love. Love is perfect. Love is pure. You know, and at times we what do we do we mess it up because of our maybe view of it. Like you hear people saying that marriage is this, like saying negative things about marriage, but that's not what marriage is. That's what people bring in marriage. You know, the institution itself is beautiful. The institution itself is perfect.
That's what people have made it to look
Yeah,
like.
because God created it that way. You know, to be in that higher stance or higher place. You know,
Position, yeah.
and then because of our imperfections, you know, we kind of like define it as that, but that's not what it is.
Marriage is beautiful.
You know, marriage is still beautiful regardless of how you know we've managed
to
it
look,
or
yeah.
made it to look. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's like kind of like where I am regarding that. And maybe let me just share, as I'm sharing this, like Ephesians chapter 5, verse 25, it says, husbands, love, again, love is pure again. Just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. This means we need to love, sacrificially, and serve each other as we, together grow. So
Because love is serving.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yes,
love
yes.
is action.
Or let's say marriage is serving.
Marriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
It
remember, we're
is.
defining marriage, what
Yeah.
marriage is.
Yeah.
It can also mean that, marriage
Serving
is
one
serving,
another.
yeah, serving one another.
Mm.
Because I cannot say that I love you, but I can't serve you,
Mm.
and
You can't go out of your way
yeah,
for me.
and serving can mean different things in different levels.
Yeah.
How am I serving um, you emotionally? How am I, serving you intimately? How am I
Physically.
serving you
Yeah.
um, financially as well, spiritually?
It's because it goes with an understanding. That's where it starts, understanding what it is. Because sometimes we think we understand things, but we are not sure. And I think that's one of the things that brings that element in a marriage where there's no serving of one another. Because we don't understand what serving is.
Yeah.
Or we don't know if there's it factors into marriage in a big way.
Yeah. So, yeah, like we said, we have also been like in seasons of, in marriage, we've been in seasons of, of joy, but we also have like seasons where it's been challenging, and like one of my frustrations with my wife, or like in marriage was that my wife always wanted to be like, she thought that marriage, you have to be happy all the time, like we should not fight, we should not,
peace.
we should not. I'm like, and I told her it's normal. Like challenging seasons are normal.
I was like, I got in this marriage because I
know.
wanted peace.
So she had this, idea of
What marriage? Or what a stable or happy
happy
marriage
marriage
should look like.
look like, but like,
But I wasn't completely wrong.
fights are a part of it.
I'm part of it. Yeah.
Challenges are a part of it. As much as joy is a part of it, as much as peace is a part of it.
Yeah.
So one needs to find, the balance, between, the two. That even with your joyful moments or your happy moments or your flourishing or thriving moments, you need to like receive it so much and enjoy it so much and bask in those moments so much, because when the times of
the low time
challenges come, you hang on
good.
on the good,
and you don't think it's the end of the world, like I used to think.
Yeah.
Because like what goes up
must come down.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah. Amen. Yeah. And for the wives?
And for the wives listening, I would like to encourage you with Proverbs 31, verse 10 to 12, which reminds us that being a wife of noble character means bringing good to our husbands and our homes.
Yeah.
But remember that God's grace sustains us in the hard moments. So, like we just said, hard times will come, but do not hold on to them.
Yeah.
Let them go as much as you are free, and allow yourself to experience the good times. Allow yourself to experience the bad as well with your husband, but let them go when the time comes.
Yeah.
Because we tend to hold on so much to the bad times and the bad things, especially the bad words. You know, that he said this to me. I can't believe it. And that thing grows into something negative. It grows into something that will eventually destroy you. So let us remember as wives and be encouraged that we are in a marriage to grow. So the bad times give us a chance and opportunity to grow
Yeah.
and to become something that um, will be able to stand tomorrow when
Yeah.
hard times come.
True. So, like as we talk about this, like we said, we're gonna maybe reflect on. We're not gonna reflect on all the years, but for me, I think it's important to reflect on 2025. You know,
24.
2024. Sorry, because the next episode will be talking about
Next
that.
year.
You know, I will be talking about like no, this year we're
We'll
still
be talking
doing it.
about the coming year.
Yeah, we'll be talking about like how to build vision for your family and your marriage in 2025. You know, so we're gonna like delve deep into that. But as we reflect on 2024, because it's been quite a year for us.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen God move in unexpected ways, and also, you know, both in our lives and also in the ministry that we are involved in, and even this ministry. You know, I'm considering with the Hadebe, with the Hadebe as a ministry.
Yeah.
Like this is for us. It's part of like what God has called us to do, to speak into marriages. You know, to speak into like individuals, whether you know with the business, and some of the topics you'll be hearing, you know, next year as you know, as we pilot with the Hadebes. But it's been a very interesting year, and this year for me, you know, it has taught me to trust in God even in uncertainties, right?
Uncertain times.
Yeah, you know, or uncertain times, you know, because you know, it's been a, I would say for me, it's been or even us. Let me just say us, Pilapi.
So that's what we're talking about.
Yes, it's been a character training
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
But
character
it's
training
been for the past couple of years, and I think it's been like that because God is taking us somewhere.
Yeah.
And we really believe that. We really believe that God is preparing us for something. And that's why it's been such a challenging few years for us. And we've learned so much.
Yeah.
Like even when we were talking about evolving yesterday, it was a reflection of where we have come and where we are now as individuals and as a husband and a wife, and in our marriage as well. Because I feel like with God having put us in this ministry, we have the privilege sometimes of sitting, looking from the outside in. So like, you know, we would talk to some people. Some people would trust us with some of their challenges, and those things help us in our marriage as well to sit down and say, what can we do better? You know, because you can't be now helping people in a way, be in a position to help others when you are struggling, or you don't get it. So we are this has helped us to consistently work on ourselves, work on our marriage, and it gives me such joy every day, thinking that a thought coming into my mind that me and my husband have improved. We have improved in communication. We have improved in understanding one another as people, as individuals, because that was one of the biggest things, misunderstanding with us. And
Yeah, so and also we had to like surrender our plans and let God take over. The concept of surrender, it's pruning. It's pruning, guys. Yo.
It's not an easy one.
Emanyana, guys. The concept of surrender, it's not easy. It's not easy because we know that we are called to pioneer, you know, and for like 3 years now, God, has audibly said to us, you need to like, help and serve, in churches, and help friends, so the whole to surrender, to surrender is not easy, guys.
Yeah,
The concept of surrendering,
yeah.
It's easy, but it's been it's worth it, it's worth it. Welcome, Omari.
It's becoming a regular.
It's,
I love it.
yeah, it's worth it though. It's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm saying this to say that at times, our plans, when we surrender to God,
Our own plans get disrupted.
yeah, when we surrender to God, when God takes over, he shocks you.
Yeah.
It's been beautiful, and this as well has to do with God challenging our characters, God connecting us with amazing people, yeah.
Yeah, I like what you said about shock, because shock can either make you or break you. It can make you withdraw or say, I'm gonna go forward and see what this has for me. And surrendering is not easy, because you have to, sometimes you have to, like, what's the word? Sort of like,
You can continue talking, sorry.
yeah, sort of like, have a, not fight, I'm looking for a word, but wrestle. Yes,
Yeah.
wrestle with obedience.
Yeah.
And all of us, we can't say we've got this obedience thing down. It's a bit hard for all of us, but it teaches us when we eventually get there, and God says, this is why I wanted you guys to surrender. This is why I wanted you guys to take this direction instead of this one. Is because of this. When we get to the mountaintop, that feeling is like, wow.
Yeah, so like to anyone, listening, who feels like this year has been like heavy, I need you to know this, that God is faithful. God is faithful. I cannot emphasize this enough.
Amen.
God is faithful. I know, with a couple of cycles that we've, people that we've been speaking to, this year has been like a roller coaster, but God is faithful, and I need to assure you that He's working behind the scenes, and even when it doesn't feel like it, and I can testify to that, that where I'm like, hey God, what's happening, and later you find out that God has been orchestrating, things, and behind the scenes, and just touching certain people to do certain things, and so yeah, I want to tell you that the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. It's not been easy, for certain marriages. It's been great for others. I mean, there's a friend of ours who shared a testimony with us, like 6 months, 6 months back. It was like tough. Like it was like crazy tough for them.
Yeah.
But now, looking back at what they went through, they're like, it's all worth it because of all the lessons that they've learned. I mean, they're thriving. They're killing it now. That like they're really, really thriving in
a season of praising God for what He has done for them. And I think they are grateful for those past difficult months.
Yeah. Amen.
Like I was saying, that when you don't understand, when you're in the moment, in that darkness, but the moment you see that light at the end of the tunnel, and you actually come out, you